Hi everyone, I'm coming to you today from my front porch, and I hope that wherever you might be today, that you are finding sanctuary, that you are finding moments of beauty and spaces for rest and renewal, spaces to simply breathe in this time that we find ourselves in. So I thank you for taking a moment to find sanctuary with me today. Normally we would be doing Sanctuary by Facebook Live, but today it's a little bit different because today is a special celebration in my household. Today is my daughter's 12th birthday, so we are having fun celebrating her and remembering memories from years past and getting ready for a birthday dinner. So I thought I would do things a little bit differently today, and that we would talk a little bit about what celebration looks like in these days, in this time of pandemic, where our routines are altered and where a lot of the celebrations that we have looked forward to may look a lot different. For both of my kids, they both have birthdays during this time of self-isolation and quarantine, and birthday plans have not been as we had hoped, and yet we're trying to find ways to celebrate, to make meaning in new ways, to maybe create some new traditions out of this. And I think about that for those that will be graduating this year and how commencements, graduations may be delayed. They may look different for a lot of people, and yet it's still important to mark those milestones. We need to take time to reflect, to celebrate our achievements, to mark the time that has passed and the transitions that are ahead, to reflect on the changes that have taken place within us and around us. And so I think this time is a prime time for reflection. And in fact, it's what's getting me through some of my difficult days. I am a big journaler, that word is hard to say. I like to journal, and I carry this book with me everywhere. It has my to-do list, it has my dreams and my goals. It also, on difficult days, is just a stream of consciousness, list of what I'm feeling at any given time. But it's also marking the things that have been meaningful to me. I keep a list of my happy moments. I keep a list of things I'm looking forward to. I keep a list of things that I'm celebrating, like not getting stung by that bee that just attacked me. But I think it's important to remember and reflect. And I think about that a lot in faith traditions as well. We just went through Holy Week in Christian tradition, and we are now continuing in the season of Easter. There's been Passover, and Jews are also looking forward to other holy days that are coming up. Muslims are looking and preparing for Ramadan. So we have these markers, these times of significance that we are looking to celebrate in new ways. And I think even marking the normal days, the holy ordinary moments that we have are important. So I think about in faith traditions how we mark things, by ritual, by having special feast days, by having times of prayer and reflection. And throughout the Holy Scriptures, a lot of times we will read and hear about making an altar, that we are physically marking a place where we've been, where we've journeyed, where we've experienced the holy, the divine, where we've encountered God. I think about going through the woods years ago, and we're lucky where we live to have trails all around us. And there's a path that I like to take just during a normal day. At the end of the day, I like to just do a short walk. And one day I was going down the trail, the wooded path, and there was just this collection of stones and sticks that had been arranged just so that you knew that someone had done it with intention, that someone took the time to leave some kind of trace that they had been there, to mark that place and that time. And I think that's what an altar is. When we read through the Hebrew scriptures, the points where people encountered God, they would stop and they would build an altar and they would offer a sacrifice of thanks, of acknowledging that God had been there and they hadn't known it. And once they were aware of that, they marked that significance. So I wanted to just kind of inspire some thought today about how you will mark this time. What are the altars you are creating? What are the markers of this time? Do you have a practice of journaling, of keeping a record of what you're experiencing? I've seen where some people are creating time capsules to remember moments from this time, or creating crafts, list of what you did in this time. I know some people that create spaces that are important to them, a spiritual sanctuary, an altar in a place where they're spending a lot of time. Sometimes it's good to designate a space and set it apart. That's what holy means, to be set apart. And so setting apart a space for a specific purpose. If you need a place for prayer or meditation or reflection or just quiet, that you can create a space that has objects that are significant to you. Pictures, a candle, something tactile, something you can touch that feels good, a comforting blanket. I think that's why we like pillow forts so much, that feeling of comfort and being secure. So what would your sacred place look like? What would your altar have on it? I wanted to share one thing that my family has created. We have painted a rock, and we did this years ago, actually when my now 12-year-old was just a baby. In fact, you will see her in this rock. I'm holding her in this picture, and that's my husband, and that's our son, who was a toddler at the time, and now he is a 14-year-old that is, we found out yesterday, is now taller than me. And these were the two dogs we had at the time, Max and Matisse. And this is our cute little blue house that's been such a cozy home for us for 13 years. And we've talked about how as we're getting ready to leave this house and create a new home and a new place, we're going to take this rock with us in remembrance of the memories we've created here, of the home we've created here, of the love that was created here that doesn't remain here. We take that with us, and we will mark a new place with those love, with the love that we share and new memories, and we will create a new home with a new puppy, Milo, who we'll have to add to our rock. So this we will take with us in remembrance of the holiness we've experienced together in this place as a family, the friendships that we've made in this city, the connections forged through work and ministry and friendship. And we will mark that because that's significant. And even though we're leaving in this time that feels all topsy-turvy, we will have a foundation that will go with us. The memories that we've already created, the relationships we've established that will not end, but will look different, just as this time looks different. So what are the markers you're making in this time? What are you creating to remember? What it was like to journey through this. And there will be good days and there will be bad days, but to celebrate the fact that we are getting through this day by day, and that there will be a new normal, and there will be things that we carry through this that are usual comforts, and we will find new things that are comforts. And so I encourage you this week to create a special marker, whether it's a physical space, part of a room that you go to for your own quiet time and reflection, your own connection with what is holy to you. Maybe you create an altar with items that are significant, things that evoke feelings and stimulate your senses, like we talked about last week, that connect you and ground you in this space and time. Maybe you paint a rock with significant memories or something that is special to you in this time. Maybe you journal about what your ordinary day looks like in this extraordinary time. I wanted to end with a thought from Wendell Berry, a wonderful poet and farmer. He has a poem called How to Be a Poet, and in it he talks about being still and turning off the electronics and the sound. So, you know, in this time, we're offered the invitation to create a different kind of space. But he says towards the end, there are no unsacred places. There are only sacred places and desecrated places. There are no unsacred places. There are only sacred places and desecrated places. The holy is all around us. All places can be sacred. And they only become desecrated when we treat places with disrespect, with violence. We can choose to find the sacred in every space. And so I hope today you create a sacred moment, a sacred space for you. May you find holiness all around you, and may you find sanctuary today. Take care, my friends.